And this is one of the three things.
Yes, I have prepared
three files.
three charts.
Three charts.
And maybe I may go for another photo also, if the necessity be. Now,
सर यहाँ लोगों को आदत है वो तो बिना पढ़े उठा करके ना बोल देते हैं कि हम तो विश्वास ही नहीं करते. अब चक्कर है कोर्ट कचहरी तो विश्वास भी नहीं चलेगा ना.
Now what actually this supposition chart means, See, we have to arrange common words, letters or figures which are available in the disputed set of writings.
Yes, sir.
And also among the
so this is disputed, that is, this is Gumnami Baba handwriting samples which we gave you, and this is Netaji's admitted samples which we gave you. So we are the source, we are responsible for our the authenticity of this thing is our problem. It is my problem. Chanduju and I are responsible for the so I can assure you this is Netaji's handwriting samples we have taken from the authentic source, and this is the Gumnami Baba sample from 1962. This is Pavitra Mohan Roy's son, Mr. Ranendra Roy gave to us.
So when we compare them,
yes,
we have taken out so many common words. When we compare them, we find a lot of similarities.
In fact, I haven't told Mr. Roy about Mr. Roy is in America right now. So I'll tell his daughter tonight he got another report.
Right.
So he'll be happy to know.
Right. So we find there is extraordinary similarity in the mode of production, in the formation of letters.
Yes, sir.
And there is absolutely no doubt about their being similar. Without any pale of doubt, without any shadow of doubt, they belong to the same source of origin, same person.
So you have explained in such a detailed manner, as the government experts that I have report. I'll show you those reports. I mean, these are only one pages. There's no description given.
That is not a detailed opinion, and that doesn't do justice to
exactly. That's
to
what
anybody.
Justice Mukherjee said.
Because for comprehension there is no material there is available.
Yes. How will you explain?
So unless you give
this is and D.
This is the formation
or D.
Yes.
And D. So
this is the manner in which D is formed. This is a typical individual mannerism. Everybody will never write D like that. Only the same person will write like this.
Are the other charts ready? Only the two of them. How many charts we have?
This is one.
This is one. Okay, here you have the second chart.
This is another chart.
And third one we are preparing, sir.
Third is also there.
Okay.
These are some of the capital letters. Some of the capital letters which have been selected.
Sir, let's go with C because C क्योंकि उनका नाम कलकत्ता से वो करते थे ना तो C अब देखिए जैसे ये.
C begins with a small loop.
Yes.
Small loop or a hook.
This is Netaji's handwriting.
Yes.
क्योंकि वो Calcutta was his city, so obviously So we have similar pattern here.
Yes, absolutely. So the same letter in the suspected writings also shows a hook.
What about S? Because S was the initial figure Subhash. So S में ये गुमनामी Baba का.
S is also very very similar. The similarity about it is that it is detached from the following letter.
Okay.
And it is slanting.
So one thing I remember, of course, if I recall Bilal sir's report, he said that both, because he had the opportunity to see a lot of handwritings of Netaji and this person also. He said Subhas Chandra Bose and Gumnami Baba both were expert writers in a sense that they were there were several ways in the command. They could write in different various ways, so they were very experts. So they could write in different ways, both of them.
Yes.
So they were expert.
The manner of writing shows that there is a lot of natural variation.
And I is quite similar.
Yes, natural variation, and they have been written very aesthetically and very gracefully. The author of these writings has the capacity to write very aesthetic.
And sir, I can tell you, he was writing it. He was in a horrible place. He was at mental and trauma in such a location. I can't tell you. I mean, even for people like us, it's a horrible place to live there. So he was in a very bad. He has written actually. You can't understand the kind of psychological and mental and bodily handicap that I'm living in this area. So he wrote under tremendous stress.
Yes. Well, that stress may be obvious and apparent from some of the portions of his writings. As I've told you, that some of the writings I will be referring especially to some of the writings. Now these are again some of the small letters
Okay.
Earlier we referred to capital letters.
Okay.
These are some of the small letters which are occurring in both the sets of writings. This is the set of disputed writings, and this is the set of the admitted writings. So when we compare and keep these individual letters together, you find that there is a very, very great amount of similarity, very great amount of similarity, and it should demolish any suspicion that they could have been written by two different persons.
Because we have noted a trend that people who have, without having any expertise, they have overnight become experts and they try to compare. And then I've been saying that this is the job of an expert to compare handwritings. Not ordinary people cannot do that. And ordinary people start becoming experts. So then,
as I told you, as per the qualification of an expert, he should have a great deal of experience, experience of examination of documents. Then he can have a proper appreciation of the habits and mannerisms of the people making the signatures or writing. So, because as I've told you that the writing is not a mechanical process.
Yes, sir.
It is very much influenced by the temperament, by the circumstances, and by the mood of the writer. So they affect his posture also. Standing and writing.
Yes.
And sleeping. Suppose he's sleeping and then he has to put some writing signature.
Yes.
Or when he stands up. Or he stands up in stress. He's in stress. That also will have some influence upon his writing. So some of his the suspected writings are an indication of an obviously a great amount of stress on his brain.
He was also in pain, arthritis problem he was suffering.
Because we received, for instance, this is one of the two letters that you have given.
Yes, we have given, sir. Yes, sir.
And this is another letter.
Yes.
Well, to an ordinary observer, they will appear to be different writings. But here, what has to be appreciated is so. Comparing these two documents, suspected documents, there is a lot of material, a plethora of material, which shows that the mechanism, the mode of production, the formation of letters, of words, is extraordinarily similar. Although the conditions in which they might have been written may not be similar, but the authorship is quite similar. So there is absolutely no skepticism as far as this point of